Technics Production presents you with the Technics ST-S9BA receiver. Okay, this is not really going to be in this video, but this will be a future video. Likewise, Mr. Sony over here, who works just fine. But in this video, we're going to be featuring my Onkyo. There you go, there's my Onkyo. And there you go. And there's all the controls, volume, bass. There's the little Onkyo, it's TX80. And then left and right, because that's the balance control. We have a speaker. Undoubtedly, you probably recognize it. Speaker Freak has one as well. I've reconed this particular unit. The radio is playing with some music. I hope it's not. That too long because it's probably not good for the speaker. Okay, so now we get a little taste of that. Let me see if I can find something here what's YouTube friendly. I may just go ahead and just play a 60 Hz tone just by touching the tip of the input there. But I want to get some boom and bass here real quick, so if you guys don't mind. That's just some generic music. Okay, no, I'm not going to play that. And I cannot play Escalade. I cannot play Boom Bottom Bass because that is also by someone and I don't want to get into issues. Let's play a mashup here. Alright, so now with that, okay, so that's the speaker there. It's got pretty good, it's got a really nice amount of excursion. This thing will come out to about there. This thing excurts really nicely. So if I can build a really nice sub box for it, let's go ahead and get Onkyo out of the picture here real quick. Alright, so push Onkyo over that way and turn it off. And so mainly we're going to focus on this speaker, so I hope the YouTube police do not come and kill me for that, but it is a 4 ohm speaker at 20 watts, and it looks to be a Bostik acoustic, because it really does sound good. And that's what he looks like. I only have one of them. I wish I had 2 of them. But this was a recone job. The original cone sat on the top of it, so I still did it like originally. This thing took me 5 friggin' days to recone it. It was not fun. There will be one of these days where I will be out for surgery and I probably won't be making any videos. And I've been very busy recently. I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I'm building some scientific gear for disabled people. I'm building LED lights, if you guys want to know. That's one of them right there. Now here, let me go ahead and turn it off because it's blinding the camera here real quick, but that's the little LED there. It's a Cree. It's a warm white Cree. There's the heat sink it's on. It's just a standard computer heat sink. And if I unscrew it here, what I think I'm going the wrong way here, actually. And this time it does not want to seem to unscrew, so for right now I'll have to just leave it alone. Otherwise something's going to go pop and that's not going to be a good thing. I think the bolt on the top of the lamp is stuck. But anyways, it really does put out a really nice amount of light. The light coming from this sucker is really, really, really nice light. It's not like the harsh blue LEDs at all. This is an STK amp, but I'm just using it as a place to clip it because it's a desk lamp and I need the thing so I don't blast myself when I'm doing these videos. Here's the power supply from the amplifier before this video. So I guess I can talk a little bit about Technics. I got it down in California when I went down there. And Technics is sitting on top of Sony. Sony will be for a later video. I won't do anything with him right away. But Mr. Technics, I brought him back. It's got a vacuum fluorescent display. I'm not going to try to power it because I don't have the cord down here right now for it. And I don't want to go take time to go and get it. But if I get this underneath a bright amount of light, I might be able to show you guys what the vacuum fluorescent looks like in there. As you can see, it's a pretty nice vacuum fluorescent. Medium band is not used. Presets is used, but medium is not used. A bit long wave and FM is, and stereo is, and quality lock, whatever that stands for, is also used. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It's, you know, quality lock. But yeah, the vacuum fluorescent on this is really, really good. I mean, it's good. Same thing with Onkyo. Onkyo just has an AM/FM indicator on its display, and here you go, I'll put it in. AM/FM, AM/FM. All the preset keys work just fine. I don't know if this actually has a dial light, so if anyone can tell me if it does have a dial light that lights up this, go ahead and let me know, because if it's a grain of sand light, we'll try to replace it, because I would like, if it does light up, I would like to actually get it to light up again. I know the volume knob does not light up because there is no provision for wiring to that. This thing has, this is standard, you know, it's got a little tiny transformer, as usual. It's a little tiny guy. It's only a 30 watt, I believe, per channel, but this thing is a beastly stereo. Not to get confused with my inverter, but there's how much I got it for at Goodwill. But, only 100 watt max, that uses about 5 watts. RMS, yeah, I know that, blah blah blah. Speakers, let's see, 4 ohm, hang on, my back's hurting me, 4 ohm speakers, but really, I put 8 ohms on the back of it, because 8 ohms is not as hard to drive as 4 ohms. 4 ohms is a bit higher and harder for it to drive, so it's a pretty hardy circuit. It's got a little STK in there. It's got 2 filter caps. Overall, it's in pretty good shape. I did dust it. It does not run hot at all. My Sony has got a problem with doing that. This thing, you cannot put your hand on the top here. It's just got freaking hot. And it's set for 8 ohms. I have 8 ohms going into it through these big cable. I don't know if you can see by my hand, but that is a huge cable. And it's a 3-phase cable. It comes over here. I just temporarily have them uninsulated because I was checking the speakers with another amplifier. But that's them. There. That's the outside air temperature. Oops, sorry, that's the outside air temperature. That is the indoor air temperature. It's about 70. It's very warm in here, and no, it's not going to rain outside. There's no clouds in the sky. Colorado transformer, old amplifier transformers. I have all kinds of old amplifiers. Now, another thing I would like help on, and this would be this would make me really happy, is if I can have help with getting heat sinks for these guys. Okay. The reason for me to want heat sinks for them is because these stupid idiots, I don't know who designed it, but have designed the spacing of the chips so close together, I cannot put the chips, and I don't have any heatsink that will work with them. So, yeah. So that pisses me off. It's a good little hi-fi amp. It's got some cheap capacitors, but the power caps I've used Nichicon, and I'm covering up the serial number there because I don't want anyone to know. Speaker out, speaker out. It's a bridged amp, so you got 2 per channel. So 35 watts per channel is probably pretty good at 24 volts AC. Something's making a buzzing sound, I'm not sure what. It's not the stereo because it's off, and the transformer is physically disconnected because this is And what's his name? That guy from the EEV blog would like this power switch because it's got a clunking. This is actual clunking power switch. This actually switches to hot if the power line off. I don't know if I can. I don't know if you guys can hear that. You need a transformer go boom, boom. You hear that? You hear that kind of a click when I turn that power supply on, that little 60 hertz buzzy thing that it makes. Alright, I gotta go because I'm over 10 minutes, darn it.